welcome to Keeping Up, a Maximum Effort Studios production with me, Christina Griffin Jones, and this cutie right here, JJ Jones, where we're going to talk about all things sumo and Jones related. JJ,
Yes.
let's talk about the pool party.
Pool party. Yes, so as a bunch of sumo wrestlers, a few of them were drinking, and then we all decided to play Marco Polo.
JJ was sacrificing people. And by people, I mean me.
Christina, you were so close to me, and I'm really good at throwing, so I threw you into Kyle. He came out like Godzilla. He's like 7 foot tall, walking around in the pool.
Kyle was out there on some N1 shit, like breaking ankles. He was like, Marco, Polo, Marco. I was like, it got intense.
It did get intense.
It was great.
At one point, Eric was like, Polo, and then you just see Kyle. Whoa, 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 and he completely missed him. I was like, all right, I see that ultra instinct. All right, I see you. I'll see you.
Anyway, we played Marco Polo so hardcore that I definitely had to take a nap. It also probably had something to do with how hardcore the weekend was. But yeah, I just got on one of those chairs and I just laid it on down.
That was one of the last days we had with everyone.
The next day, Jay and I, we had a chance to go see the sunflowers.
Gorgeous. It was gorgeous.
So gorgeous. Like the field had amazing fun facts. And also sunflowers are my favorite flower. Like, I'm definitely one of those people that's like, it's me. I'm a sunflower. And then so they have really dope fun facts like sunflowers are heliotropes. Young flowers face the east in the morning and follow the sun throughout the day, and like sunflowers help to keep that soil and the water and the air clean in the area. I was really like just in heaven. And JJ took amazing pictures of us that I'm gonna frame forever and show people forever.
It's not creepy at all.
It's supposed to be.
Oh, okay. Right. It was just one really big museum. Yeah, there's like a bunch of different exhibits. It started off, and this is one of my favorite things about museums. They start off in like chronological order. So like, we were here when we got here. There were some Native Americans, and we shared some stuff, and they shared some stuff. They got sick, and then it just bypasses the rest, and it's like, okay, well,
it was real hazy, and I would look at JJ like, so they share diseases, not killed.
Yeah.
Indigenous
and then
people of this region.
It of course continues to go through time, and then we get into Civil War.
Sheesh! Before we get into that, we get into what slave times were like.
Oh yeah,
and did you know, JJ? Nice middle class white families, they were struggling with their middle class incomes. They had to sew and create beer, and also they had 2 to 3 slaves, enslaved Africans at one point to support.
One of the big things, I felt like I should have known this, but they were like, we brought over, and I can't remember the way they said it, but it was very like tongue-in-cheek, like certain African workers that were able to teach the European settlers about okra and other things. I was like,
it made slavery sound like in exchange, and less of what it really was, forced captivity.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like,
It
they
was
said that wrong.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, I know where I'm at, but nonetheless, I'm like,
Y'all could have went in.
yeah, yeah.
And so, it was really interesting, seeing that, North Carolina, they kept it consistent. They were like, I think, the 12th state to become a part of the colonies,
The
and
union, to join the union.
the union, and then, hey, the 11th state to join the Confederacy. I mean, at 11, 12. So I was like, consistency. We also, I know for me, I learned about how, like, after, during Reconstruction, which was the time after the Civil War, when enslaved Africans were free and participating in voting and everything like that, getting elected. There was this really dope town where black folks and white folks in elected office were really making amazing things happen. And then sore losers from the Civil War who wanted things to go back to how they were. Um, Basically stormed the town because a white woman who was in support of slavery ran an article saying that if the voting rights of black men weren't taken away, that the sexual assault of white women would continue. And there was a newspaper owner in this city in North Carolina, and he was like, "Well, white girls be liking black men, so like, what's good?" And so this really made really made these group of white dudes who was on some Klan shit upset. They stormed the town, burnt down the newspaper.
Wait, hold on. We have to say they gave them time to respond, right? So it was the middle of the night, and they're like, "You have till 7:30 in the morning to respond to this." And I was like, okay. And then it showed all the people that had to sign this. And it was like, those like 30, 40 people.
That part.
And
This is no
then I was
cell
like,
phone.
hold on a second. There ain't no fax. There ain't no phone calls. You got to do this on horseback. This is
With a
crazy.
lantern, JJ. A lantern.
Yeah. There was no way that was gonna. And then, of course, it was like they didn't meet the deadline, so then we called in the Union police.
Totally blaming it on. It was a lot of victim blame. So then they were like, so then they made every black elected and every white elected who wasn't in favor of removing voting rights and the enfranchisement of black voters. They killed folks, drove people to the train station, and was like, "Get out of here, or you'll be killed." And then they did this, and in other cases they were in front of polling places. And the reason that these racist folks were able take to remove this political power that Reconstruction black folks had built, it was because they stood outside of polling places with guns and told black people if they voted they would be killed. And so it just was what did they said that no type of coup like that has happened in the United States since then or something.
So there was no documented coup d'etat on the records except for this one, like official coup d'etat, which is interesting and something I learned, like that was, which I gotta say, our trips around the United States has been pretty fun. I think it started with us going through the what was it? We're in Boston. Yeah, huh?
Oh no, in Boston. It did
Yeah,
start
in
in
Boston,
Boston.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're like, what's that walk called for
I forget. I think it's like
forgot
Black History of
something.
Boston
It's
walk.
something. But
Hmm.
it had to it would correspond with the like 50th anniversary of the Civil Rights Union, which was that was crazy. And I think that's kind of why we always are searching for this like enrichment of education while we're on vacation. It's kind
Yeah.
of fun. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. It's
I
amazing.
mean, it's dark, it's sad, but it's I like history. I like history.
Yeah, and I'm really thankful that I can experience learning this new information or new way that the history of our people are like told. I'm really glad that I have you to experience that with JJ, and
Mm,
it just makes me feel really happy and always excited for our next trip.
mm.
So it was so like right after all that wildness, plus y'all, the the original Ku Klux Klan uh fucking masks
Oh, that thing was
out of
scary.
fucking horror
It
movies.
was
Like,
scary. It had
and it was
eyebrows and teeth and shit.
and just imagining like some white lady was like sewing away like, oh, this is really gonna scare these motherfuckers. Like,
Yeah.
bitch.
Hey,
Uh,
it worked though.
it did work.
It worked.
It was absolutely terrifying, and just really just it really puts in how important it is, right, to tell history the way that it is, and surround yourself in spaces that are not trying to repeat the terror of history, right, and really
Mm,
trying to build new shit. And I think
mm.
that was like an extra uh significance of us kind of being out there too during our anniversary, um really just
Yes.
surrounding ourselves with cool ass folks who just who don't who are really about it being an inclusive place for all of us. So
Hmm. Man, I don't even know what to say. We're able to meet up with a couple of the sumo wrestlers that were still in town,
mhm,
Eric and a person that will not be named.
not be named.
Will not be named. But we were there talking about, like trips to Puerto Rico. Like maybe the next one should be in Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
right? I'm tired. I'm tired of people not knowing that Puerto Rico is a part of the United States. All
Come
right.
on, preach, JJ,
Like
preach.
I am really confused, and I'm not making this a political thing, but we definitely had
Make it
a
political.
president that was confused about Puerto Rico, and he was looking for their president, and it's like,
Sheesh.
hey yo, player, you're the president. But once again,
Sheesh.
this is not political. This is not a political podcast. This is we're just chit chatting and talking about sumo wrestling and learning and keeping up with us.
Yeah.
You know. So
My
yeah,
existence
we
is
need
good.
to connect with the God, I can't remember their name of their club. Uh, I can see like a B, an O, a K, an N. I can see the letters, but
It's
my
the lady
brain
in Jose's,
is
right?
yeah, the Galendos. I can't remember the name of
Yeah.
their club out there.
It's all right. We'll like
But
put it somewhere.
yeah, well, maybe I'll add it in, or I won't, and I'll just own up to it and let this awkwardness continue here for a second. Um, but I'm really excited to see what they're doing out there. And honestly, like there's so many amazing sumo wrestlers that like honestly we deserve a trip to Puerto Rico.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Cuz none of this money is provided by the federation, right? Where they're not even organizing the camps for our world team, right? This is all
Mm.
like backroom chat rooms that we're having conversations, and then one person starts something and it goes a little crazy, and then we end up planning crazy things. Like, honestly, that's how a lot of tournaments get started. That's how, like, this last camp got started. We're just going to keep going and trying to make a difference and show that, like, we're legit, and we can put in the work. We all have different things: wrestling, football, jujitsu, like all these different disciplines, boxing, and we're able to
Yeah.
combine them all together and make our own.
And I think, what you were like laying out about what sumo is, and like the significance and importance of us coming out to each other stuff. And every most folks in the sumo community, are working people, right? So we do have to double up these trips into being trainings and like small vacations. So
Mhm.
I know that me and you, we were both hyped to be right celebrating our I call it our 357 anniversary. It's the so our wedding anniversary lines up on the same date as when we got engaged, and lines up on the same date about when we bought our first home. And I wanted to like share, and I think the significance of the number 357, it speaks, I think, to the moment in time in sumo, and I think the moment in time too in our lives, both as like a partners in our Hono Sumo Club, also in our lives, like partners in our lives, and I think as individuals too. So, like they say, 357 is as an angel number, is a message from your guardian angel to trust in your talents and abilities, embrace change, and tap into your inner wisdom as you pursue abundance and success in your life path. And so, that's a hell of a gift for us. And JJ, I gotta say, I wouldn't want to do this life. I wouldn't want to do sumo, and I wouldn't want to. I don't like doing anything else, right, without you. So I'm definitely happy and glad to celebrate another anniversary of having you in my life, and you loving me and me loving you.
Yeah, hopefully the next one will be in Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Here we come, your lady Elsa.
Yeah, here we come. Here we come. All right. This was a beautiful time. Uh, if you guys could go out, like, subscribe, follow the YouTube, give us some love. Do all of those things. We'll be here. We'll continue being here. This is episode 3. Many, many, many more to come.
Heck yeah.
Maybe the names will change. Maybe it'll stay the same. We'll see. I'm having a lot of fun. It's
Me
a good
too.
way to archive our love, our passion, and to embrace our sumo love and passion. Um,
I see what you
so
did there. I like that.
yeah. A little
That's
sassy, that's why. All
cute.
right, guys. Good night. We will see you in the sumo ring.
Peace.